Well, good morning. Welcome to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We're really glad you're here. I'm Dr. Damon Miller. I'm on the board here. Let's all please stand and do the opening song. Thank you. Reverend Rasheryl speaking today. Yes, I'm sorry. And Margo LeDuc is our visiting musical guest. Thank you.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Wow, thank you for that. Good morning, everybody. My name is Joni Quintel, and I am a practitioner student here, and happily so, and I only have one more year to go, so I'm super excited. Yes, thank you. Good morning. I'm so happy to be back. If you'll just close your eyes this morning, take a deep breath. Allow your body to be grounded and present in this moment, moving from your head and your thoughts and everything that it took to get here this morning. Ground yourself in your body, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your body with the chair supporting you, and allowing this vibration to help you get there.
And so I invite you just to stay turned within as we feel the resonance of the bowl. How good it is to just simply remember there is one eternal sound. There is one eternal presence. There is one power. There is one life. There is one intelligence. And whether we choose to call it God or Source or the Creator, Mother, Father, Father, Mother, whatever we call it, it is what it is. It is all that there is. And so how good it is to just be in the presence this morning. How good it is to sing and raise our voices in joyful noise this morning. How good it is to gather this morning. And so what I know then is that each of us is created out of the divine presence, out of this primordial sound, out of the all that is. And so we are blessed and blessed and blessed. I know this service is a divine unfolding, a divine healing, a divine transformation, a divine lifting for each one present, each one online, each one that watches later, and indeed for each one and anyone anywhere. Right now, tuned in, turned on, lifted up, powered up by the presence. That is what I know. I claim it. I am grateful for it. I let it be so, and so it is.
Sweet Spirit, sweet Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Take over this place. Sweet Spirit, sweet Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Mighty Spirit, mighty, mighty, mighty Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Mighty Spirit, mighty Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, take over this place. Take over this place. Take over, take over, take over, take over this place. Take over, take over, take over, take over this place. Take over, take over, take over, take over this place. In my mind, I let go. In my mind, I let go. I let go and let God. I let go and let God. I let go and let God. in my heart. I let go. I let go and let God. I let go and let God. I let go and let God. In my soul, I let go. In my soul, I let go. I let go and let God. I let go and let God. I let go and let I let go. I let go. I let go.
So beautiful, Margo. Margo LeDuc, oh my goodness, and the core band. How beautiful is that? So beautiful. And that is an original song, Margo's original composition. And I felt like I was transported during that. So beautiful. Yeah. Yes, I felt transported. Thank you for that. So beautiful. How is everyone today? Yes? Good. It's still October. Yay. Yay. What'd you say, Damon? For a while. Yeah, it's going to be October for a while, for a few more weeks. So I am so excited because the theme this month is the art of manifestation, which those of you who know me personally know I love to talk about this, right? I love to practice it. And what I mostly love about the art of manifestation, which means to reveal, is that it puts us in the driver's seat of our life, right? We are not these victims of circumstance or what is happening in the world or what has happened to us in the past. And we are not victims. We are not, I know it can feel like this sometimes, but we are not just powerless passengers in this car that's going over a cliff. That is not who we are. We actually have the power to shift the trajectory of our lives and the collective. And so that's why I love talking about manifestation. So let's get into it, shall we? All right. So the thing is about manifestation, as I said last week, is that it means to reveal. And there's so many, I was on YouTube and listening and looking at different videos, and again, so many people talk about manifestation as though it is something that you are making happen or forcing to happen, right? So I will hear people say, I need to just go and, I'm going to manifest that. I'm going to just manifest a new job, or I need to just manifest a special person, or I need to manifest right? And I mean, you can call things in, but manifestation, as I'm talking about it, the art of manifestation is really about revealing that which already is, right? Revealing that which already is. Manifest means to reveal. It's not magic. It's not manipulation. It's not you going out and doing something. It's about you being something, right? It's about you being something. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I love this quote by Ernest Holmes, which says, and I shared this last week, "We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Our task is not to make God do something, but to reveal what God has already done." Right? To reveal what God has already done. That's what it means to manifest. So what we're doing is we're getting in such alignment with our true identity and our true nature. We're getting in such alignment with the divine presence that what we desire has no choice but to reveal itself in our awareness, right? And in our lives. So that is what we're talking about this month. And I'm basing a lot of my work this month on one of my favorite mystics, Neville Goddard. If you don't know, read up about him. And actually, I made a mistake in his dates of birth and leaving the planet. He was here from 1905 to 1972. I said 1966 last year. And he was a lecturer, author, a mystic, and he has incredible books. Feeling is the Secret. Another book that Brian handed to me last week, right now, I can't remember the title of it, but he really talked a lot about laws of manifestation. I don't know that he used that word exactly, but his message is one of real self-responsibility, radical self-responsibility. We can create the world as we imagine it to be. Yeah. So let's delve into what he calls the law of assumption. The law of assumption. Now, everyone has heard of the law of attraction, right? How many people have heard of the law of assumption in this room? Okay, so this is good. So it's a new law for most people in this room. So let's talk about the law of assumption. So the law of assumption teaches us that when we assume a state of already being and having, life organizes itself to present that evidence to us, right? When we assume the state of already being and having, then life organizes itself to present that to us. Way back in the day, in ancient times, Jesus said, "Whatsoever things you ask for when you pray, believe you have received them, and you shall have them." It is the same premise. It is the same core idea, right? Because what Jesus was saying and what he demonstrated in his what we call miracles, right, in his manifestations, in his revelations of truth, what he demonstrated is such a profound knowing, a profound state of knowing, of alignment with the one, so profound, so deep, so true, that miracles had to take place. The physical world had to reshape itself into what his assumption was. Yeah? So this is what we see time and time again in the brief ministry of Jesus, right? These incredible miracles that we still talk about. And it was all what Neville then, thousands of years later called the law of assumption. So let's talk about the core ideas around this, because it's a little bit different than the law of attraction. So to assume something means that you are, the definition according to the dictionary is to assume, or an assumption is a thing that is accepted as true or certain to happen without proof, right? A thing that is accepted as true or certain to happen without proof. It also means the action of taking on power or responsibility. And I love that, right? This action of taking on power or responsibility, this action of recognizing your power, recognizing that radical responsibility, the ability you have to shift your life, to change your life, that we have collectively to change this world. So the law of assumption states that consciousness is the only reality, right? Consciousness is the only reality, and your assumption or your inner conviction, that which you truly assume, live, know, be, your stories, all that stuff, that is the creative power. And that is what determines your existence, right? And how you will live. As we talked about last week, what we are experiencing now individually and in the collective is the result of our previous consciousness. Right? It's the result of our previous assumptions, our previous stories, our previous beliefs, our paradigms, our values, right? So whatever we're seeing out there in our lives or out there in the world is a reflection, a result, a production, a product of our consciousness, yes? And so the beautiful thing is that we always have the power to change our consciousness, to change our assumptions, to change our identity, our belief, and therefore change our world. So let's talk about the law of assumption versus the law of attraction. How many people know the law of attraction? Yes. Okay, great. So the law of attraction, and this is, I'm giving you I have a little chart here, so I'm going to read from this chart. So the law of attraction focuses on vibration, right? You vibrate at a certain level, then you attract something, right? So it's vibration, it's energetic magnetism. It's this idea that like attracts like. That's the law of attraction. The law of assumption focuses on your identity and your state of consciousness, right? Your identity and your state of consciousness. So what the law of assumption is saying is that you manifest what you assume yourself to be. Right? You cannot manifest outside of your identity is what Neville teaches, right? So if your inner story, your inner tapes, your inner beliefs, your inner convictions about yourself are truly, you know what, I'm not good enough, or I always have to struggle for this thing, or this has to happen, or, you know, I'm not physically well, or I was always the sick child, right? Whatever those inner tapes are, that is your identity, that is what you will experience. And you can't outrun your identity. You can't out-manifest or out-demonstrate your identity, right? And so that's why I think it's so important to really be looking at this individually, because in the collective, I hear so frequently, you know, what is happening to our country? Who are we? You know, how did this happen? We all of a sudden, all this stuff, you know, is coming up, and it's like, this has been here all the time. This has all been here all the time. It's just out in the open now, right? It's out in the open now, and there's a whole bunch of people that say it's okay to be this way. So this is not some new identity. This is the identity, and now we're seeing it real time, right? And so the same thing in our personal lives. When we look at our personal lives, there are things there that we love, and it's like, yes, I love that more, please, of that. And then there's also things that we don't like so much, or patterns that we find ourselves falling into again and again, or experiences that we have again and again, right? And when we're experiencing that, it is because we have an identity that is tied to that outer experience. One of the things I was talking to a group about in a class is really looking at what identity they had around certain things in their lives that they might be struggling with right now. So I'm going to ask you just to think in your mind right now about something you're challenged with, right? Something that you are feeling like you're grappling with, that you're challenged with. Yes? Everybody got something in mind? Yes? And so I want you to think in relation to that thing, what is your identity? Are you someone, so I'll just give you an example. So let's say that you're having right now financial challenges. And maybe this is something you've cycled through in your life and in your world repeatedly or multiple times. So the question to begin to ask yourself is, and I'll ask myself, is what is my identity related to this? Right? If I was a character, who would I be? Am I the struggler? Am I the challenger? Am I the poor starving artist? Am I the loser? Right? Am I the winner? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Yes? So if we're experiencing a challenge over and over, there's some identity that we have that's creating that experience over and over. And the important thing is to begin to look at what is that identity. Because if it's the struggler, then guess what? You're always going to struggle at some point. If your story and your identity is caught up in, you know what, I always have to work really, really hard for money and I always have to struggle, then that is going to be your identity. And I don't care if all of a sudden you hit the lottery, I guarantee you at some point, if you don't change that identity, you will then be struggling at some point financially. Right? Or if your identity is around, you know, I was the sickly kid. I'm always sick and I'm sort of weak and I always have to really watch my health. If that's your belief, right? If that's your identity that you are the sick one, right? You are the weak one. You are not as healthy and vital as others. then guess what? Even when you have great health, there will be things that come up that manifest, that reveal themselves in your experience of illness, of weakness, of not strong enough. Yes? If you are the person who, you know what, I never am in a great relationship. I'm just not good at relationships. I'm not good at relationships, and I'm just not, I'm not built for relationships. If that is your identity, then no matter what, you will not be able to experience a truly fulfilling relationship. Are y'all following what I'm saying here, right? So you manifest, you reveal according to your identity. And last week when I talked about shutting the door, the idea was that you shut the door on that old identity. First, you got to be willing to say goodbye to it, to thank it, bless it, thank you so much. Thank you so much, struggler, right? Thank you so much, not so great in relationships. Thank you so much, you protected me and gotten me to this point. And now I am going to see you out because it's time for a new experience, right? Amen. Right? And just closing the door on that. Yes? So we talked about that, shut the door last week. Yes? And so when we're in this law of assumption, it's so much about identity. And here's the thing that came up in our class and we were discussing this, is so many times what happens is we're actually afraid to let go of that identity. We don't even know it, but we're so defined by it. We're so comfortable with it. We're so rewarded for it in our lives. There's some benefits and rewards we get from always struggling with money, right? You don't have to ever grow up. Somebody can rescue you, right? Don't do great at relationships, then you get to, be whatever with the benefits of that, right? If you're always sick or needing help, then you get to be someone who has other people. The way you get attention and the way you get support and the way you get love is other people have to take care of you because you're sick. Yes, these are things that are so woven into the fabric of who we are that we don't want to let them go. And then we wonder why our life does not get better, right? Why certain things don't change. And so the big question, I think, actually is, am I really willing to let this identity go? It's scary to think about who I might be if I let that go. There's a metaphor that I don't know if I want to say it, but so here's what came up, and so what came up just then that I was trying not to say, thank you, Michael, is it almost reminds me like of an abusive relationship, right? It's like, I know this isn't good for me. This is not the result that I want to have. I don't want to be in this situation, and yet I cannot let go of it, right? I'm afraid to let go of it. Who am I if I'm not the struggler? Right? Who am I if I'm not, bad at relationships? Right? Who am I? And so that becomes a fear, I think, that holds us back from actually changing. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Yes. Okay, good. So the law of assumption says you don't attract what you want. You attract and you manifest what you assume yourself to be. Right? You're not attracting what you want. Desire is not the move. Being is the move. Wanting is not the move. Being is the move. Right? To be in the law of assumption, to have that working for you. And when you assume the identity of one who can say truthfully, I am wealthy, right? I am worthy. I am lovable. I am powerful. I am whatever it is. When you can truthfully say that and truthfully land in that identity and you live from that place, then the physical world organizes itself at your feet. It organizes itself in the consciousness of your identity, of your new identity. But this is a deep internal change, right? And I love the law of attraction. I used it for, the law of attraction works. And there's something about it that, and all of these tools have their place. All these laws have their place. I want to say that. So I'm not saying it doesn't work, don't use it. But there's something about it that is very external, right? I have this desire externally, and then I have to, raise my vibration and become a vibrational match, and then it will come to me, right? And then I attract that thing outside of myself. Assumption says, no, I'm already the thing itself. right? I'm already that which I say I am. I'm already that which I desire to experience, right? I'm already that. And so now the world is just now rearranging itself to show me the evidence. Yeah? Are y'all with that? Okay, so here's why the law, I love y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So here's why the law of assumption is so powerful. Neville Goddard says, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Right? Change your conception of yourself, you will automatically change the world in which you live. Right? Individually, we get that. Imagine if we did that as a collective. Right? Imagine if as a collective, we change our conception of being on this planet. Right? We change our conception of being on this planet to one where we truly are all a part of a beloved community, where we recognize that each one is valuable, each one is powerful, each one is a unique expression of God, and where we realize there is full abundance, that there's plenty of bounty and abundance on this earth to support all of us. Yes. If we begin to align with that collectively, then we begin to have the external world organize itself in that fashion. We begin to move through the world in that fashion with this new identity as human beings. And I think that's what we're on the planet to do. Get this in your individual life. Put this to practice. Get rid of those old identities that are based in lack, limitation, fear, and security, and move into a bigger identity that's rooted in the truth, that's rooted in God, that's rooted in the awareness of your true nature and true identity. The thing about the law of assumption is it operates from oneness, right? It operates from this sense of oneness, not separation. That which you seek is not out there, right? You seek ye first the kingdom within, and every single thing out there will reveal itself and become made manifest for you. Yes? So this is the road that we're on this week. So here's how you're going to practice this week. Do we like that? Yeah. Okay, here's how we're going to practice. So homework, I heard someone say homework. So here's your home practice for the week. So I want you to take one thing in your life that you want to work on over this next season of time. Not just the next week, but this next season of time, maybe the next 90 days, maybe from now to the end of the year. Okay, choose one thing that you want to work on. And what you're going to do is assume the feeling of that being already accomplished. Now, that sounds easy, but it's not easy, right? It's not easy. So let's talk about, I want to share with you one of the ministers in the CSL Ministers Listserv sent this out. And I'm going to just read it to you because she sent this writing out from a video that she had seen about Neville Goddard and the law of assumption. So here's how you practice it. This video on Neville's work says this: you must walk, speak, breathe, and expect as if your demonstration is already complete, because in divine mind it is. So walk, think, speak, act, and expect as if that which you desire is already complete. What delays the visible is not spirit, but your own refusal to step into the feeling of it already being done. Right? And I find that this is a big chasm when I work with clients, that it's hard for people to get over. It's hard to let go of that identity, and it's hard to just step into the feeling of it already being done. So what does this mean? This means that if you are wanting better health, right? You want beautiful, exquisite, vitalized health. If that's what you want to experience, no matter what is going on for you right now, in your imagination, step into the feeling of fantastic health, right? You are vitalized, you're strong, your muscles are strong, you can go for vigorous walks. Just imagine yourself doing that. Spend, 5 minutes a day, 7 minutes a day, feeling yourself in that feeling, that you can lift weights, that you can move around easily, that you go to your doctor and the doctor says, all clear. Right? You go to your doctor and they look at your blood panel, the doctor says, my goodness, you're like 20 years younger than you were last time you were here, right? Literally begin doing these things. Begin using just your imagination, spending time in your imagination, assuming it's already done. So you're not wanting something, you're not desiring something, you're not trying to get something, you're not hoping for something, you're not pleading for something, you're not supplicating, you're not begging, right? You're not wishing. You are already there. And so now you're living in the after, and Neville even says, make it as though you've had great health for years. So it's just normal and boring, right? And so how are you moving in life when you've had great health for years, right? You just, and it's just a normal thing. Same thing with relationships. You can do the exact same thing. If it's a relationship you desire, you really want to call in the one, then imagine that you are in this relationship with your divinely appointed partner, and it is delightful. And imagine just the boring stuff, going to the grocery store, right? Driving to an event together, being with your partner, and even getting into a little tiff, right? Just putting yourself in the state of assuming it's already done. This is not about like pumping yourself up. It's not about getting all excited. It's about the normal way that you would be if that was already happening. You're assuming, yeah? That's a big difference than like, saying your affirmations until you're all pumped up. No. In your mind, just imagine you're already in that relationship. You're laying on the couch watching TV. You're fussing about who's going to take the dog out for a walk. Right? Whatever those things are that would happen in the course of a relationship, assume and put yourself there. Are y'all following this? Yes? So this is the way you begin to practice the law of assumption. Now, also from this, going back to this reading, it says, so she says, you cannot manifest wealth while living in the vibration of waiting. You cannot manifest health or relationship, whatever, by living in the manifestation of in consciousness of waiting, right? You must collapse the timeline. You must assume the frequency of fulfillment. My desire is fulfilled. I'm not desiring something. I am something. I don't want something. I am that, right? I'm not looking for something. I am that. I'm not trying to have an experience. I am experiencing that. That is the shift. This means that when you wake up, you do not say, someday I will be free. You say, I am free. You don't say, well, I'm going to last week I talked about Neville going to Barbados, right? You don't say, well, I'm going to go get a ticket to Barbados. His teacher said, no, you are in Barbados. You are on the beach. You're at your parents' house. You're in your room. You're having dinner. You're laughing with your siblings. Right? So this is not a delusion. This is spiritual rehearsal. You are rehearsing the end before it gets here. This is the deepest, most powerful act of faith that I can even think of. Because what you're saying is, I'm willing to put my whole imagination, spend some time with my whole imagination, feeling and sensing and experiencing and knowing this thing that I desire as though it's already done. I'm not yearning, I'm not wanting, I'm not wishing, I am experiencing that thing. And when you begin to do that, you train your body, you train your mind, you train your cells, you train your bones, you train your brain, right? You train everyone around you, and energetically in the frequencies around you, you train those things for the thing you say you desire. You train the world around you so that the conditions are ripe to bring into your experience that which you desire. That is what you are doing. So you walk in the vibration of already done. You say, I feel the wealth I command before it arrives. I feel the relationship before it arrives. I feel the health I command before it arrives. The law is not about waiting, it's about becoming. So this reading says, if you act poor, this was specifically about money. If you act poor, speak doubt, and vibrate delay, then the law must keep you rehearsing the condition you've agreed to. But if you step into the energy of that which you desire, step into the energy of wealth, of health, if you speak it, if you feel it, declare it as yours now, the law begins rearranging substance to match your vibration. All right? That is your assignment this week, y'all. Right? That is your assignment this week. This is the role of your lifetime, literally. This is the role of your lifetime that you are preparing for. What does the next chapter look like? What does the next day look like? Right? What does the next year look like? This is the role of a lifetime. So begin to do your rehearsals around truly having that which you desire. And here's the thing, stuff's going to come up, right? Stuff's going to come up that counters that. So let's say it's a relationship that you want to call in, and you're sitting there looking at yourself, and you want a relationship with someone other than yourself, right? And so what you're going to do when negative things come in is you're just going to say, you know what, I'm handling that, and get yourself right back into already having it, right? If your bank account is not supporting what the wealth that you are, then you just don't look at that. I'm handling that. You take care of whatever needs to be taken care of and get yourself right back into that rehearsal, right, into that mode. This reminds me, anybody watch the TV show Scandal? No? How many people watch Scandal? Yeah. So you know how Olivia Pope handled it, right? And it was done, right? It was law. If Olivia Pope was on it, it's done. So that's how you have to be. You have to be Olivia Pope in your mind, because there are going to be things that pop up that try to tell you differently, and you're going to say it's handled, right? To whatever that problem is, it's handled. Whatever that negative thought, it's handled, right? And get yourself right back to center. So this is your assignment for this week. And really we're going to be doing this for a while. I think this is a really good topic. So we're going to be working with some elements of this. But I want you to begin to shift these things. And here's the thing that's so incredible. Actually, what's happening in the collective is so supporting our transformation. You know why? Because there's chaos in the collective. Because things are breaking up and breaking down. There's so much movement, and yes, it is uncomfortable, but chaos is a ladder. My favorite line from Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder, right? You have to know and sense and feel in chaos. There's things dying, there's things being born. It's a powerful energy. So use it, leverage it for good. Right? There's chaotic energy. Get yourself centered. Get yourself anchored in what you want. Let that energy support you in creating what you want for your life. Because a bunch of people whose lives work can create a world that works for all. There's no other way. A bunch of people whose lives work, who get these practices, which are based and rooted in oneness, right? A bunch of people who get this can create a world that works for all. So that is your assignment for this week, okay? So last thing I want to say really quickly is this. I want to just remind you, those of you who were in on this, and I think there were a bunch of you here, that when we were in the hotel a few months ago, maybe even a couple of months ago, maybe not even that long, we went to see thanks to Brian, we went to see this beautiful property on Hamilton, and we looked at that property, and it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, right? All these different rooms and offices and a great big park. I mean, it was just beautiful space. And it was not a space that we're ready for at this point. But we went and we looked at that space. And even though it was not a space that we were ready for, I invited the folks who went. We all went to Starbucks afterwards. And I said, look, y'all, here's what we're going to do. I want you just to imagine, to feel us in our new space. Just feel us in our new space, right? It may be this space. If it is, God's going to work out all the details. And if it's not, we're going to land in our perfect place. And what was it, less than 2 weeks, y'all? 2 weeks later, a week later, we were actually literally in a meeting about moving and talking about moving into a new space and what we were going to do. And in that meeting, I got a phone call from Flo here saying, hey, do you still want to rent the space at Campbell UCC? Right? And within a week, we were here. Happened very quickly. This place happened. We collectively didn't make Campbell UCC existed before we got here. Before we even formed as a church, it existed, right? It was already here. We couldn't see it. We couldn't see it until we were ready. The way we got ready is we had to go to that other place, which expanded our consciousness out of our beautiful little shoebox at the hotel, right? We had to go to the other place and go, whoa, look at what's possible. And then stay in the feeling of the other place, like, oh my God, look at the space. And then we were ready to then have this reveal itself to us, which it did. At the moment we were actually meeting and talking about it. This is how this works. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's practice. Once we had the identity as a center of, okay, we can find a permanent larger space, because we're grown-ups, we're 9 months old now, right? Time for us to grow up, right? A little bit. As soon as we got there in our identity, then this place opened up like that. Yes? So this is something that you all have walked through with me, with us, walked through together. You've already proved it. Let's do it again. All right? Y'all ready? Okay, good. Thank you. All right, let's turn within. I talked a little long, so you know what's up. We're going to get through this in the next song and gallop on to the end there. All right, so let's just turn within, y'all. So just taking a deep breath. Oh, my goodness gracious. How good it is just to settle down once again, to feel, to sense and know that presence that passes human understanding. How good it is to gather together as a community, as like-minded individuals who are acknowledging and knowing that there is one power, one presence, one life. It created each of us and all things out of itself. And knowing indeed that we are made in the image and likeness and not a pure spirit, that is the truth of our being. And so knowing then that indeed the truth is that each of us is blessed, each of us healthy, each of us wealthy, each of us supported, each of us loved, each of us powered up by the presence, each of us harmonized, filled with peace, filled with vitality, filled with love overflowing. This is the truth that I know. I speak it and I claim it and I know it as the absolute truth for each one here and for our beloved human family, no matter where they are, no matter where they be, no matter what circumstance, what situation. I speak the word of truth right now. I speak a word of peace right now. Knowing indeed that peace moves through our leaders, moves through our decision makers, moves through our human neighbors, our families, our friends, peace and love and oneness expressing everywhere. This is what I know. Oh, and how good it is this morning to speak a special word for our beloved Mark, knowing right where he is, God is, in all of its power, all of its glory, all of its majesty. He is loved, lifted, supported, guided, directed, every cell alive with pure spirit. And knowing that Gail is fully supported, and his son and his family, and that all is indeed well. And so I'm just deeply grateful this morning, grateful to be here, grateful for this community, grateful for the love of God that is always moving and grooving and dancing. And so with deep gratitude, I release this word. I let it go. I let it be. We say together, and so it is. So it is. Amen, y'all.
All right, everybody.
Woo!
We got the power. I got the power. You got the power. I want you to sing this loud and proud with me. Here we go. I got the power. I got the power. Power of love. I got the power. I got the power. Power of love. Love, love, lift it up. Love, love, lift it up. Love, power of love. Come on, here we go. Love, love, lift it up. Love, love, lift it up. Love, power of love. Now you got the power. You got the power. Power of love. You got the power. You got the power. Power of love. Here we go together. Love, love, lift it up. Love, love, lift it up. Love, power of love. Sing it again for me one more time. Love, love, lift it up. Love, love, lift it up. Love, power of love. Now we got the power. We got the power. Power of love. We got the power. We got the power. Power of love. One more time. Love, love, lift it up. Love, love, lift it up. Love, power of love.
right, Margo LeDuc. Amazing. Woo! And that is another original composition, yes? Oh, Margo. So, what are we doing now? Okay. Margo, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, that was so wonderful. I am like, where am I? What am I doing? Okay, it's time for the offering. That's what's happening. So it looks like our beloved Joni and Dr. Damon are doing the offering. And so it is so wonderful to have financial support from this community. Thank you so much. I know that many of you donate online. And so what I will ask you to do is please just take the basket anyway and pass it along. And as you pass it, bless that basket. And it symbolizes you blessing the bounty of your own personal life, the life of the center, and the collective. So just bless it as you take it in your hands and pass it to the next person. And we'll sing our song. Let's sing our song, and then Joni and Damon, I'll have you stop here, and we'll do the big blessing together. So let's go ahead and sing our song, God is my source. And then we'll do our blessing.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Gives me everything I need. Gives me everything, everything I need.
Thank you. Beautiful. And I'm going to ask Joni and Reverend Dr. Damon, Dr. Damon, one day, yes, I think I just called you out, Damon. Okay, and you can stand right there with Joni. Wonderful. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually bless our own selves, our own finances, our own abundance, and we're going to bless the center by saying this together, okay? So just repeat after me, and you can put your hand to your heart or however you want to do it. But divine love through me, blesses and multiplies, all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Yes, and so it is. Thank you, God. And so it is. Okay, thank you very much. Wonderful. Okay, beloved, so we are now moving on to, let's do acknowledgments. Can we do that first?
Hey, give it up for the production team, y'all.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Director Scott McCauley, joined by Hector Torres and Paul Wolf. They bring us into the room and online and all over the world. And also big thanks to Marilee Lawson, our operations director, running the show. And give another round of thanks to Margo LeDuc, our voice guest today. And our director of music, Sonia Trejo. Bassist, Misha Jouffre. And your praise team is me, Jenna Brown, and Kelvin Hatchett.
Wonderful.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I just wanted to say and let you know that our beloved Margo LeDuc has an incredible performance and event coming up, and I want our entire community to go and attend. It's going to be at Unity Palo Alto. It's on Friday, November 8th at 7 p.m., and it's called the Trust, Gratitude, and Love Project, TGL Project. And it's an inspiring evening of music and connection. And we will be sending out an email about this. We have a video from Margo and the minister at Unity Palo Alto. But I would love for us to all go on Friday, November 8th. I will be there, and let's go and hang out there. Margo, did you want to say something about that?
It's on Saturday,
Oh,
the 8th.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry, there's a mistake in here. So it's Saturday, November 8th. And y'all know I don't usually do stuff on Saturday, but I'll be there. Yes. Okay, and then Damon's going to do the rest of the announcements.
Announcements, announcements, announcements.
Come over here with you.
Okay.
Get out the camera.
Okay, so first announcement. Morning meditation is back. Morning, Monday through Friday. Join Reverend Rasheryl on Zoom for morning meditation from 9 to 9:30. It's a soulful start to your day. The Zoom link can be found in your email and on the first page of the website. Beyond Limits, a great class. Join Reverend Rasheryl for Beyond Limits, an 8-week course beginning Monday, October 15th, tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m. on Zoom, Pacific time. Discover the foundations of science of mind and the gateway to practitioner training. Through inspiring lessons and coaching, you'll learn to release limiting beliefs, expand abundance, and live from purpose, peace, and power. The investment is $295. Thrive at any age. Join Carmen Lee on Wednesday, October 27th at 5 p.m. Pacific time for a 75-minute online masterclass designed to help you tap into your body's natural power to heal, release, and renew at any age. For just $27, you'll learn simple daily practices to move from stress to vitality and embody lasting energy. Again, you can find links for the meditation and the class registrations on our website. Prayer. Join Reverend Dr. Sherry in the back of the room after the service for personal prayer. If you would like to receive prayer, please put your name on the prayer sign-up sheet. You'll be called in the order you were received. For private prayer requests, you can also write them down and submit them confidentially in the prayer box, which is in the back corner of the room over there. Tomorrow, we will observe Indigenous Peoples Day, honoring First Peoples of this land, their enduring wisdom, their sacred relationship with earth and spirit. In recognition of the holiday, the SVCSL office will be closed on Monday. And next Sunday, we will have Gina Renee. On Monday, yeah. Gina Renee will be back next Sunday, back with us for our musical guest. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Damon. One thing I wanted to say is Beyond Limits starts tomorrow, and it's an 8-week, think of it as a life coaching course. So if you want to do more of this work that we've been doing, and been talking about this month and all the time here, Beyond Limits it's a small group, and so I'll be doing a lot of coaching with individuals on things that they're working on in the class. So that will be really good. Yes. It's a certificated class, so if you want to go on the practitioner path, then that's one of the classes that's required, and I would love to see you. It starts tomorrow, though, so not really office closed and vacation. And then really quickly, Carmen Lee. Do y'all remember Carmen? She did the blessing for our community.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are online, this blessing is going to happen. This masterclass will happen online. And Carmen is an engineer turned, mystic energy worker, and incredible, powerful energy moves through Carmen. So if you need to be vitalized and feel really, really good, please sign up for this masterclass. It's only $27, 75 minutes, and Carmen is a small but mighty force. So I encourage you to do that. All right, so who's here for the very first time? Is this your first time here? Oh my God. Yay! Okay. How do you like it? Isn't it wonderful? Wonderful. Thank you. All right, beloved. So let's go ahead and we're going to power on out. We will do our final song. We'll do the short version. And then I'll do our benediction so our beloved team can wrap up. I also just want to acknowledge Morgan, who does the incredible flowers and the arrangement and sacred space. Morgan is amazing, and she buys these flowers every single week to make the space beautiful. So I just want to say thank you, Morgan, for all that you do. Love you. Thank you. All right, let's do I Release, and then we're out of here. Yes. All right, here we go.
All right, let's put our hands together. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yes, yes. All right, repeat after me, y'all. I live from the end, not toward it.
I live from the end, not toward it.
I assume the consciousness of my fulfilled desire.
I assume the consciousness of my fulfilled desire.
I rest in knowing it is done.
I rest in knowing it's done.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week, everybody. Love y'all.
Woo!